we wrap him under our Christmas tree? I'm just being real. Can we wrap him under our Christmas tree, please? Hello, Santa baby, please. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Film-A-Tic. Pop, 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 pop. Where we discuss everything from movies, television shows, music videos, whatever your heart desires. So grab your popcorn, candy, drinks, and let's get into it. Today we will be discussing Rebel Ridge. Yes, the number one film on Netflix right now, Rebel Ridge. That movie, guys, you gotta watch it. That movie was so good. I don't even want to do a scene by scene because I really want you to go out and watch it. Not only did it give us action, not only did it give us suspense and thriller, it gave us eye candy. I'm serious. Aaron Pierre, OMG. The first time I saw him was on the movie Old. And my mom, she literally said she wanted me to tell you all that she wants him to be wrapped under her Christmas tree. She wants him as a gift because that man is fine with a capital F. Now, we are not here to discuss that man's looks, but what we are here to do is discuss the movie Rebel Ridge. Now, the movie, to me, showcased what happens when everyone does their part in a film. Everybody did such an amazing job. The acting was on point. But I do want to point out some key significant things that, to me, showcase how movies are starting to change. Also, Aaron Pierre's space in Hollywood that he's now creating. And also, overall, how good was this movie and what did I take away from the movie? I have a huge question for you guys. Did you like the video? Did you comment underneath? Please comment because I promise you I'm going to respond. And not only that, I'm building my channel. So if you like what you're hearing, if you want to see more, please don't hesitate to subscribe, hit that like button, and comment at the bottom. I would really appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to give you a brief synopsis of what the movie was about. So the movie is about a young man who was on his way to some podunk town to go bail his cousin out of jail. While he was riding his bicycle, a series of unfortunate events occurred and his money was taken. Now, there was a bunch of discussion about legalities of his money being taken, and a string of events occurred to where this man had to, in many ways, fight for his life to get out, and it brought a lot of issues to the forefront. So the first thing that the movie did address was something called civil asset forfeiture. Civil asset forfeiture. Now, I am actually in the state of Texas, and I had never heard of that before. Basically, civil asset forfeiture is where the police can take your possessions under suspicion. So let's say if you had $20,000, right? And you could prove why you have the money, it doesn't matter. If they feel like there's suspicion of criminal activity, they can take it. And from there, you are going to have to go through a whole bunch of stuff to get your property back. When I looked this up, I was completely floored. I didn't understand how this could be a law because, in all honesty, it sets the framework for corruption. It sets the framework for dishonesty. I didn't understand how this could even be created as a law because if someone stumbles upon $100,000, particularly a police officer, and he feels that it was something that was involved in criminal activity, then he can just take it. But then who's holding the officers accountable? So essentially, you are guilty until proven innocent when it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. So the civilian is the one having to prove that the property is theirs. So I'm going to have to speak with a lawyer about that because I truly just don't get it. I don't know how this is legal. Why would you do this other than greed? Why? Corruption. Like, there's so many ways that can go wrong, especially within the legal system. So I didn't understand how this could be something that was okay. But this is actually a real law, and it is something that can happen. So I am going to post in the video what you can do if something like that occurs under the civil asset forfeiture law. And I'll put that at the end so you guys can know what it is that you can do to attempt to get your items back. But that was completely insane. The second thing that I noticed, there was a character by the name of Officer Jessica. And Officer Jessica, to me, solidified that when it comes to the police department, it's not about race per se. Hear me out. Just hear me out. And if you have a different point of view, please leave it in the comment section. Please do not get upset with me, but this is my true opinion when it comes to the police department, law enforcement. Of course, we thank all of the wonderful cops. We thank the good cops that are out there. But the reality is the police department, law enforcement, they're essentially gangs, in my opinion. You see something, you don't say anything about it. You know that your officer friend is doing something wrong, you look the other way because in your mind, y'all are a team, y'all are a family. You don't go against the family. And Officer Jessica, was a key point in reinforcing that thought process and ideology. Because when I was watching the film, I could not understand how this woman could see so much injustice happening in her face. She's seeing that this is incorrect. It's to the point where you just like, wow. And she knows this, but she's still gonna stand with them versus siding with the person who can prove that he was done a huge injustice. And I didn't understand that. Now I'm gonna bring race into it. For you to be a black woman and you saw what was occurring, like just on the basis of this man having a pissing contest and basically telling him, you black, you have no reason, nor do you have any entitlement to be coming to me and addressing me because of who you are. And I'm like, ma'am, if he's treating him like that, he's gonna treat you like that one day. You are not above reproach. Her character alone just boiled my blood. But I will say, that happens all the time in law enforcement. Side note, I used to work security for a telephone company. And I would speak to officers every day. And those conversations were so interesting because it solidified to me in my thought process that the justice system is just like another gang organization. Everyone sits together. Everyone looks the other way. You better not say anything because something bad is going to happen to you if you do. And that was very upsetting coming to that realization, but it is what it is. Gangs, the police department, sororities, fraternities, all the same in my book. Because whenever you have an organization that will look the other way when things are going awry, or they try to cover up and hide, that's corruption. That is corruption, and I can't get down with that. So her character, Officer Jessica, when you watch the movie, you'll understand what I'm saying. Ooh, she made me mad. Like, it was a mess. So just be warned. One thing that I did love about this movie and kind of did not love, I'm going to be honest, is there was a lot of action, but it was very PG action. So let me explain. So you have the protagonist and you have the antagonist. And at this point, they're going head to head. And as you're going through the movie, you see everyone who's involved. And you want to fight on behalf of the protagonist, which would be Aaron Pierce's character, Terry Richmond. Now, all right, so guys, I'm going to ask you a question. Please leave a comment in the comment section letting me know what you think about this. Have we become desensitized to murder in films? Because I noticed that in this movie, there was not a lot of death per se. There wasn't a lot of death. And when I noticed it, I was like, whoa, the antagonists aren't dying. They're not being killed one by one. It wasn't a taken situation. It wasn't even an equalizer situation. And I just felt like it was refreshing, but you really wanted the antagonist to get what he deserved. Like, you wanted him to get what he deserved. And he didn't get that, which is very upsetting in my opinion, at least not in the form that we thought. But I do feel like films are starting to desensitize us to these things, and where we expect it, like it's to be expected. So when the expected doesn't happen, it's a shocker because it's like, whoa, I'm so used to this. He's trained so effortlessly that he doesn't hurt anyone. Now, initially, I was like, man, kill that mofo. But then, I was like, Lord, you shouldn't be saying all this stuff. But it really was a thought. I was like, hold up. He didn't kill anybody. Guys, it is worth seeing. Now, his demeanor alone was so G. First of all, he was calm. He was articulate. He wanted to get his point across. He was stern and firm. And it was just unfortunate how everything turned out because he really did try to do the right thing. He picked up some mud and it had little worms in it. This man used his hand to fish. Like, he literally put the worm in his hand, and then he put his hand in the water, and then he started fishing. That's a dangerous man. People gonna learn the quiet ones you leave alone. And then he was so calm. See, if I was the antagonist, I wouldn't have been messing with him. He was so calm in that situation. This man literally just lost $36,000. I wouldn't have been calm in that situation. He was calm, cool. I love a scene where there's a pissing contest amongst men because I love how men usually say women are emotional. But honestly, these movies show you wish. Anyway, so in this scene, the protagonist and the antagonist, they have that toe-to-toe. And oh my gosh, it just filled my spirit. When I tell you that scene was just beautiful because it showed a mental breakdown, a psychological breakdown that he was doing. And he did it so articulately. And the whole time, he remained calm. I said, Lord, I need to give me a Marine Corps man, but I've heard some things. But yes, it was beautiful how he did that. It was beautiful how it was executed. But the movie did show how your ego and pride can be your downfall. How when you do things purposely to hurt others, it's going to come back on you tenfold. So, yeah. Also, there was a young lady by the name of Summer who she was helping Terry Richmond. And I loved her character as well. It's like she was just a kind-hearted, good person who made some mistakes in the past and she was just trying to better her life. But it just shows how in these small towns, you need to be leery. And it's not just the small towns. There's corruption all over. But when you have a smaller place where there's not a lot of eyes where it's at, there's so much stuff that can happen. So this movie shows that. And how there needs to be accountability and a chain of command. Because when there's not a chain of command, people run amok, okay? They think they can do whatever, and that is not the case. So this movie just showed how there's still good people in every situation. There's someone good. And that if you keep going and keep fighting, hopefully you get the outcome you want. When I tell you, I look forward to seeing Aaron Pierre in the future. I can see him being one of the top A-list actors. Not only does he have the look, but he truly does have the acting ability. The way he was conveying his emotions, the calmness in his demeanor, how he was able to set up this character, it was so beautifully done. And I appreciated his artistry. I can see him creating his own lane to being the next, okay? I just pray, oh my gosh, please stay out of trouble. Please stay out of trouble. I do not want him to be a Jonathan Majors because Jonathan Majors, I remember when I was watching The Harder They Fall, And I was like, this man is going to go far because he's a great actor. But unfortunately, situations have occurred that has kind of turned his path in a different direction. It's not saying that he can't still act, but it is saying that it's going to be a little bit harder for him. So I'm hoping that Aaron Pierre will come in and continue to grow, to continue to move and push forward and just stay out of trouble, because I enjoyed seeing him on screen. Take away all the finest, like, let me stop. We want to keep the finest, but I genuinely enjoyed his acting ability. Guys, please check out Rebel Ridge. It is the #1 film on Netflix. You will not be disappointed. Shine bright like a diamond. All right, so if I had to give this movie a star rating, I would totally give this movie a 5-star rating. Yes, I thought this movie was that good. It would get a 5-star rating. The reason being is because it gave me all the components I needed other than romance, but it wasn't a romance movie, so I'm not going to dock it for that. But it gave me great actors. The script was really good. The scenes were good. I was engaged. It was intense. Everything that I needed in a suspense thriller film, this slash action film, I got all of that from this movie. Rebel Ridge was a great movie, is a great movie, and I recommend that you do go and see it. So I want to thank everybody for stopping by Film-A-Tic. Pop, 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 pop. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Please, please. I am trying to get to 100 subscribers by next weekend. So if you can, please like and subscribe. I will be giving you more content and I will be getting more consistent. Gotta get it together, guys. But it's been a pleasure going over this film with you briefly, but going over this film. And many blessings to you. Have a good day, good weekend, and until next time. Santa baby, and for me. I want some Aaron Pierre, Santa baby. Please wrap them under my tree tonight. Whoo, yeah. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright, the beautiful sea. I choose to be happy. You and I, you and I.